Yeah, so yesterday we were discussing about tables and its properties, right? So when we were about to discuss about um, columns, my bandwidth, there was an issue with my network. I could not continue. So let's continue from there. So yesterday we have created the table and we also discussed about the system columns that got generated after I mean generated after the table got created. So now let us see, let us create some custom columns, okay, for this table, doctor table, and see all the properties of column, okay. So as I said, doctor should have a ID column, okay. Let's call it ID, identifier, and yeah, this is always text field only, okay. So here you see different types of data and different types of data that you can pick for these columns, okay. So here we have various types of data, and it is really important to know what is what, okay, and what type should we select for the columns that we create, okay. So it should always before creating the column we should always check the data that we have and then see like what data type that will fit into, okay. So if you see text on the right hand side, you see different types of text types, okay. Here you have single line of text, okay. One is plain text. So when I say plain text, normal alphanumeric text. And text area. Text area means if you want to show the text in multiple columns, okay, then you will need to select text area type, okay. A rich text, okay. When I say rich text, in plain text you cannot have any bold characters or any special characters, not special characters. I mean any rich text. When I say rich text, whatever if your text has any colors, different formats and all, plain text doesn't take it. Okay, then in that case you need to go for rich text. And email is, I mean, if your data is of email type, then you need to pick email, phone number, and ticker symbol. Okay, when I say ticker symbol, um, stock types, right? Suppose um, Google, Google stock. There is always a short form for any company, right? So this is called a company ticker. Okay. So we will store this ticker in this type, and then we can also provide the link. So when we click this, then that will take to the company page or something like that. To store the any company short form, we call this as a ticker type. Okay.
1 minute, Praveen. We are getting distortion from Faisal. I think I'm requesting Faisal to please turn off his mic.
Faisal, could you please mute yourself? Let me. If organizer can. Okay, done. Thank you. Thanks, Faisal. And so here, so as I said, ticker is like to store short form of any company. Okay. And if your data is of URL type, any link, if it contains any link or anything like that, then you need to go for URL data type. And multiple lines of text. Okay. Again, I said single line of text can only store up to 4,000 characters. Okay. All these data types can store only 4,000 characters. Okay. But multiple lines of text can store up to 10,000, 10 lakh characters. Okay. So If it is plain text, then you need to plain text which should be displayed in multiple lines, then you should pick plain text. Rich text, if it contains any, any formatted text, then you should go for rich text. The only difference between text area and multiple lines of text is, in text area also we can show the text in multiple lines, but the difference is the character limit. Here it allows only 4,000 characters. Here you can go up to 10 lakh characters. Okay, so that's the difference. And if it is of number type, these are all text type, right? All these types are for only text type. And if you have any number type, yeah, again, we have whole number, decimal, float. These are self-explanatory, right? Language code. If you have any, if you want to store any language code, and duration. So when I say duration, if your data is of a duration like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, like if you have any such type of data, then you need to select duration type. And time zone, if you have any time zone field, okay, then you need to go for this field. It will provide all the time zone values. You just need to pick one, okay, in your column. And date time, yeah, again this is self explanatory. We have only two types, date and time, and date only, okay. And lookup, a lookup is a reference to another table, okay. If you, this is like a foreign key, okay. If you have a relationship between two tables, and if you want to refer your parent table, then you need to create a reference between the child table and parent table. Okay, we will discuss about this concept later. But if you want to create a foreign key to other tables, then you need to create it as a lookup. Okay. Customer type. When I say customer type, um, so here if you see here, so in the application you have two different types of here in the customer section you have two different types of tables. One is account and contact. When I say account, it is the company which we are going to have business with, okay. So it is basically the company, and contact is it's a person, right? It's not a company, but both are called customers only, okay. So if you have if you are not sure, I mean when I say customer, if you are not sure whether it is a company or account, in such cases system should accept both, okay. Either account or a contact. If you are not sure about the data type, then you need to go for customer type, okay. If you have any customer data and you are not sure whether it is a company or contact, always, then you should you should create it as a customer type. And whatever data that is available to the user who is going to create this record, then whatever is available, then you will pick it either contact or account. If you are not sure about, I mean if you are not making sense out of any of types, just stop me and pose your question, okay. I'll stop it and clarify it, okay. Because you must be having some questions on this, okay. And these are really important, because when you model your database, you need to create columns with proper types. Otherwise you have to change your database design over and over again, which is not a good thing at all, okay. It will add additional cost and also waste a lot of time, okay. So let me know if you are not sure about any of these types, so that I can further explain about that, okay. And choice column, okay. When I say choice, it's a drop down, okay. So if you have any data of type, so let me just open one of the record. So this is a choice column, right? You have a drop down, you need to pick one of these values, so we call this as a choice column, okay. And In choice, we also have one more type called yes or no. Okay? If you have only two values, which is yes or no, then you go for yes or no. Okay. And currency. If you have any currency field, then you need to select currency type. Auto number. If you have any sequence type, like, okay, if you have, suppose, employee ID column, employee IDs are auto generated, right? You don't enter the employee ID when you create an employee. It is auto generated starting from one or whatever the sequence number that we set. So system creates the employee ID. So if you have any such scenario, then you need to go for auto number type. Okay. And file type, if you have any column to store file type, then you need to select file or image. You can also you also have an option to create it as a file type or image type.
One question,
Yes.
Praveen. Here, auto number. You said auto number, right?
Yes.
Auto number is mostly for internal. If employees are internal, right, for any company, so auto number only for internal, or can we use it for customers as well?
Anything, any table, it need not to be employee. So suppose, say, I create opportunities. Okay.
Okay.
Opportunities, for when I create first opportunity, the opportunity number should be 001. When I
Yeah.
create second opportunity, opportunity number should be 002.
Yes.
So it should be auto generated. I should not enter that value.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense.
So it's not just about employee or anything. It could be any table, okay, any data which
Okay.
should have a sequence. Okay. And and we are done with file and formula. Okay. So when I say formula, um, if you have some kind of a calculation, okay, or something that you should form it with the existing data. Okay. Suppose, say, you have one column. um okay, I'll tell you, I'll give you the exact scenario. Okay. So in contact, we have full name, first name, last name, and full name. Okay. So let me open this. Okay. We have first name, last name. Suppose, say, I want to have a column called full name. And how do I get full name? By appending first name and last name, right? So what I can do is, I will create, I do not want users to enter the full name of the contact. Okay. I just want to form the full name with first name and last name. Okay. Then what I do is, I'll just form that full name here, plus name, first name, and last name. Okay. I mean, there is a language which is called PowerFX, which is used in forming these formulas, but I'm just giving you an example. Okay. So, and that's about the data types.
Can you
Any
send the
question?
name of that Power Apex, or you said the language, right? Can you send that
Yeah,
name
the
in the
name
chat?
is PowerFX. Okay, let me ping you that.
And one more thing, Praveen, for formulas, do we have any particular format?
Yeah, the PowerFX. This is the language that we follow. This is a Microsoft um, language. Okay, so it's a low code language. Okay, you don't know. It's like Excel formulas. If you know Excel, then it
Yes,
is
and in
exactly.
Excel we have multiple formulas, right? Like we look up like that. So do we have any different shades in the formulas as well here?
Yes, yes. Most of the formulas like addition, I mean, calculations are exactly same. Okay, and
Okay.
as you said, lookup and all. Yeah, the terms will be different. The usage is different.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, yeah. It is just
So
that
how
the
do
names.
we, yeah, how do we get to what kind of formula we have to use for the particular one?
Yeah, so I mean, you just need to know the semantics, the language semantic schemas. I mean,
Okay.
if you use it more, then you will understand, right? It's not
Yes.
like you will do everything on the first day itself. As you
Yeah,
use it more,
just I'm
then you will.
asking you. That's it. Great.
I got you. I got your question.
Yeah.
Just about our
Yeah.
practice. Okay. So,
Yes. Yes. Done. Thank you.
but I can confidently say it is 60 to 70% are like Excel formulas only. Okay. Most
Okay.
of the
Fine.
things are like Excel because Excel is also like Excel formulas also Microsoft only, right? So they just got
Yes.
everything from Excel only. Okay. They so that it will
Okay.
familiarize with the users. Okay. So
Yeah.
so that's about it. Any questions with the types before? So let me create the so ID. I will create an auto number field. So here the seed value I want to start that I want to start the employee ID with 1000. Okay. If you have any prefix like okay, my company name is HSA. Okay. So HSA hyphen 1000. So that is the format that I'm giving. Okay. You can also give a prefix and you can also set the number of digits. Okay. So I'm just giving 3 for timing. Okay. And you can also give the maximum character count. Okay. How many characters it can have. And input method editor mode. Okay. This is useful when you have characters from foreign languages. Okay. If you want to input Mandarin, Spanish, their characters are different from English, right? If you have any such characters, then you need to enable it. Okay. If your input contains any foreign languages, any special characters that are not part of English, then you need to, I mean, your keyboard might not be having it, but other keyboards, other languages keyboards will have it, right? So they can enter it. So you need to enable it. Okay. And column security. Okay. Again, this will be discussed when we discuss about security model, but uh, suppose if you have any columns that are that have sensitive data. Suppose you have suppose say this table is about bank accounts. Okay. Your bank account also may store your username password, right? I mean, I'm just giving an example. In real time they might not store it, but for password you do not want to show the password to everyone in the to the bank employees also when they view your data. So then in that case you want to just show that data as in stars by masking it. Okay. So if you just enable it, so the data will be masked. Okay. If you have any such sensitive data, then you just need to enable column security. Okay. And enable auditing. If you want to enable auditing to this data, then you need to, and all the changes will be audited. Okay. Whatever changes made to this column will be audited. Then you need to enable this option. And if you want to if this column is part of any view, then if you want this column to be sortable, then you need to enable it. Okay. So these are really important. You just need to I mean, while creating any column you need to weigh your options and then set it accordingly. Okay. You can also change it later, but if you have any such requirements, then you need to, I mean, enable those options accordingly. Okay. As per your requirement. So I just created the ID column. Next, let me create gender column. So gender. So gender, as I said, it is a drop down, right? Then we need to go for choice. So in choice, so here if you see, the first option that is available is selecting multiple choices allowed or not. So there could be some scenarios where multiple choice also can be selected. Okay. But that is not the case, right? Here only one option should be selected. Okay. And sync with global choice. Okay. When I say global choice, okay, we can create two types of choices. One is global choice, the other one is local choice. When I say local choice, the choice options are only available to this table. When I say global, you can also reuse the choice for other tables. Okay. Global choice is shared. It can be shared among the existing tables, but local, it is available only to the, I mean, if you create a local choice, then it is used only once, only to that column. Okay, I'll show you like how we are doing it. Suppose I create a global choice. This is recommended. Okay, so what I need to do is I just need to go to this option, sync this choice with, I need to create a new option. So I'm creating a global choice. Let me name it gender. Okay, so what are the options? Male. So this is the label of the option. Okay, when I say, let me just show you here. So here I think we have it at account level. Yeah, so this is the drop down column, right? So this is called the choice label. Okay, immediate. But there is also there is already, I mean, also a value associated to this. Okay, because label can always be changed, it can be changed, right? Suppose I change this to from this quarter to just something else, the quarter, or I mean I can change the label at any time. Okay, I'll change the casing. I'll convert this to, I will convert this uh, regular case to camel case or any case. I mean, so I cannot use the labels to access these options. I always access these values using a option set or choice value that I am defining here. Okay, so here every option has two things. One is the label and the value. How do I access this choice? Using the value, not using the label, because label can always be changed in future. So I don't access these choices using the labels. Okay, that's why I also define a value. Okay, so it makes more sense when we write scripts to access this data. Okay, then it makes more sense. Female to and others. Okay, so I just created I mean I just entered different choices for the global choice field, and
One
then
quick question, Praveen. Can't we leave the system generated values? For example, for the male, system already generated one value, right, before.
yes,
So
yes,
can we
yeah,
leave
we
like that,
can leave
or
it, but
it's
the
mandatory
problem
to
is,
change?
yeah, I get your point. Is it Indresh? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Indresh, so if those values are in lakhs and all, it is not convenient to use them in the scripts that we write. Okay, I always have to type 10 lakhs or whatever the random values that system generates. Okay,
Okay.
but if it is
And
1, 2, 3, that is easy to for me to access and use it, right?
okay.
Instead
So
of
for
saying 10 lakh,
example,
10 lakh
if
one, yeah,
yeah, so for example, if we have 10 different forms and there are like two choices in each form, so then I think can you duplicate the number? Can you use 1, 2, 3 for this choice and again you can use 1, 2, 3 for another choice in the same form? Or you need to go ahead like increasing the number count, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that.
okay, the numbers should be unique only for this option set. Okay, for other option set the numbers can be different. Okay, in this global choice the number should be unique. I cannot
Okay.
create another option with the same value. Okay, but
But
three
for
can
another
be,
option set, you can create.
you can create it,
Okay.
but it is nothing to do with this option set is nothing to do with the other option set. Okay,
All right. Makes sense.
got it right. This
Yeah.
is a unique option set. Okay,
Thank you.
so we cannot link one option set with the another option set. It is just that, okay, when you have a global option set, okay, when you create multiple fields with the global option set, you the values are same for all the choices that we create. Okay, so it is the base, it is the base choice field for all the choice fields that we created out of this global choice. Okay, let me show you like what I'm trying to do. Okay, Now I created this global choice and I assigned some values. Now let me save it. Okay. Now I just created that. I created it in the global option set. Now how do I access it? So here you need to type it. Okay, gender. Okay, here you see, right? Male. You can also see the, if you just hover on it, you can see the values. The system already, I mean, I created that option set earlier. That's why it's showing two. But generally you don't see duplicate options, right? But this is the one that I created earlier. Okay, so I just let me select one. Okay, and you can also set the default value. Okay, when you create a record, if you want to um, set a default value to that field, then you can also pick it. Okay, but generally if gender you don't set it, right? You set it as none. Okay? And you save it. Okay, so as I said, I just created a gender field in doctor table, right? Suppose say I have one more table. Okay, let me just go to another table. Uh, so let me take another solution. So let me pick one table for student. This is a different table. This is nothing to do with the doctor table that we created, right? So now I'm creating a gender table. Okay, gender column. Now what I can do is I will select it as a choice type, and instead of creating a new global choice, I will just select the existing one. Okay, so I look for the gender option set or choice. I mean, we also call it as option set. It is a old usage, but generally, I mean, the global choice is a new term that is given. Okay, so this is the one that we have created earlier. Okay, so now I have not created a new global choice for this column, right? I am just using it, and the values are same because I set the same values there. Okay, these are the values that I set, right? And whatever the values that I set, it will be the same for all the gender fields that I'm going to create using this global choice. Okay, so that is a concept. You create one global choice and you can use it across the tables that use that uh, gender field. Okay, any questions here?
What are the advanced option in the option set?
Advanced option. Oh, this one. Okay, yeah, this is a schema name. As I said, schema name is it is the unique name that is created for a column or any object. Okay, this
Edit
is the same thing.
edit choice. In the edit choice, there was some
Okay.
advanced options.
Oh, this is one. Okay. So, so if you want to identify, if you want to set external type name, if you see, if you want to have some kind of an alias, okay. So, and want to access it with that value, then you can actually set that external type name. Okay. So what they are saying, when this choice is used with a virtual table, this maps to the name of the set of values in the external service. That's what I'm saying. So if this is mapped to an external table which has the same type or gender type, and then you want to access it with a map it to an alias, then you just set it to the type. Okay, and this is a description. That's it. But we also have in the interface, in the classic interface, we can also set color coding. Okay, you can also have color. I think this is the one. Yeah, you can also set color coding here. You can have different colors for different options. Okay, did I make sense?
Okay.
Yeah. So this is about columns and options, and their properties. So let me create a few more columns, and then we are done with this. And suppose address column is always of multiple lines of text, plain text, and you can also define the character limit and save it. And what else? Doctor name, qualification. Qualification can be single line, or also sometimes you get, if there are fixed qualification, then you go for choice. Okay, but I'm just taking it as a text. Okay, for time being. Okay, so we created quite a number of columns, and after columns, what else we have? Okay, here we will discuss about relationship keys and later. But so when this table was created, it also created forms. Okay, so when I say form, in the first session we discussed about forms, right? Forms are a way to interact with the record data. Okay, so if you have a record, and how do you interact with the data? Using a form, you do it. Okay, so suppose I have an opportunity record or an account record. Okay, how do I interact with the data? There should be some interface, user interface to interact with the data, right? So using form is just a layout, okay, that will contain the field info. Okay, so this is the account form on which I have all these columns placed. Okay, so this could be a create form or update form, read only form. Okay, so I just create a form, and then whatever the layout as per the requirement, I choose the layout and then place the forms. And here you see there are different types of forms, different forms. Okay, so suppose
Uh,
yes.
One question. Every form should be linked to a table, compulsory.
A
Hello?
form,
Yeah.
yes, a form is linked to a table. When I
Okay.
say linked, it is not actually linked. Okay, so when you have a table, how do you show the data? Okay, if you are a developer, you can access the data from the database itself. You can access it from the backend. But what about users? How do they view the data? Either they view it in a list or a view, but when you view it in the list, you will only view it, you don't modify it most of the times, right? You just view certain columns, certain number of columns in a list. But if you want to see the all the columns of the record, how do you view it? You need to open it in a form, right? So suppose I have 100 columns. Okay, in a view, I only place 5 or 6 fields, columns in the view. So I will be able to view only those 5 columns data, but I won't be able to view all the 100 columns of data, right? So I need to place it in a layout or a form so that I will be able to view it and then update it. So how do I do it? Using forms. Okay,
Yeah.
am I
Thank you.
clear? Any
Yeah.
questions?
No. Thank you.
Yeah, so as I said, we can create as many number of forms as we want. Okay, certain users may want to view it only, only certain data, and other users might want to see all the data, or we might want to restrict some users from viewing certain kind of data. It's all about the requirements. Okay, so for that one, we can create as many number of forms as we want. But system also creates certain forms when a table is created. Okay, system provides or generates some forms. Okay, so yesterday when we created this table, these forms were created. Okay, we did not create them, right? System created these tables itself. So if you see here, system created three forms here. Okay, if you see the names, this is the form name, this is the form type, status, managed, customizable. Okay, so the important thing here is the form type. Okay, here there are three types, okay? Card, main, quick view. Main view is the form that we see here. Main form, this is the main form, okay? Whatever the desktop version that we see is the main form. And this is card form. If you want to view the data in a compact form, okay, like a card format, okay. So let me show some kind of an example here. So here, yeah, here this is opportunity data only, right? This is the opportunity. Here you are seeing opportunities in a list, okay. This is how you're viewing the opportunities, okay. This is the opportunity view. This is also a view, but how are you viewing the record? Okay, you are showing the data in a card format or a compact format, okay. So if you have any such scenarios where you need to show the data in a compact format, then you need to create that kind of a form, okay, this one. So you will only have three fields, okay. You will only show three fields in a compact format.
We don't have any phone format.
No. Phone, it is it shows the same thing, okay. We don't have any phone format, okay. So it will show three fields, okay, at max. And quick view form, okay. Quick view form is if you have a lookup, suppose I don't see any example, but this is account form, right? And yeah, this is a quick view form, okay. So this is the contact information, okay. Contact lookup. On account we have contact lookup. As I said, lookup is of foreign key type. So if you want to see the contact details on the account form, okay, here I am showing only the contact name, but if you also want to see contact email address, business phone number, and also contact address and all, you have to fetch it and show it in a control, right? You have to get the data from the lookup and then show it. So you will create, then in that case you create a form of type quick view and then show it in the quick view, okay. Quick view is always of read only type. You won't be able to modify the data. Here it is read only, okay. Did I make myself clear? Like if you have a foreign key or lookup and then you want to see the other details of the lookup, in the lookup you only see the lookup name, but if you also want to see additional details of the lookup, then you add those fields to the quick view and then show it here, okay. So in this example, if the doctor if doctor is a lookup on something else, okay, if you create a patient record, okay, patient should have the doctor, right? Then doctor is a lookup or a foreign key. Then if you want to show the patient phone number, business, I mean phone number, email address, and all, then you have to access doctor quick view, okay. This will make more sense later, but I am just wanted to explain that these are three types, okay. We also have additional type called quick create, okay. So yesterday I showed you what is quick create. If you want to suppose in this format, you have to enter all these details, right? If you want to create an account record, you have to enter all these data, okay. This will take some time because you have more number of fields. If you want to create account data in a rapid fashion, then you can create using quick create form, okay. This is how quick create form looks like, okay. So you do not have to enter all these details, but in real time you don't even add these many number of columns to quick create form. You add the critical columns or important field and then create it, okay. So for rapid creation of data, then you go for quick create form, okay. By default, quick create forms are not generated. What you need to do is you first need to enable quick create option in the properties. Yesterday I have shown you, but let me show it again. First of all, you need to enable that option for every table. While creation or after creation also you can do that. So here, so yeah, leverage quick create form if available. Okay, so you need to enable it and then save it. After saving it, you need to publish it. Let me go here, click these three dots, and then you should find an option to publish these table changes. So once it is published, you should see a notification that it published succeeded. Okay, you need to wait until then. And since it is published, I can go ahead and create one form of type quick create. So now on the quick create form, let me add the columns. Let me load it. Let it load. Okay, ID is added, name is added, gender. Okay, so I'm not going to add all the fields, but okay, let me save and publish. So once a form is added, okay, it created, you also need to add it to your app. Okay, so the thing is, um, you have created a component. It is important that the component should be part of your app. It is part of the environment, but you also need to, in order to reflect in your app, you need to add it to your app. Okay, so now suppose say I want to see that uh, in this app. Okay, this accounts app. Okay, that quick create option. Here you don't see anything, right? You only see account. Now if you want to see that quick create, if you want that doctor to be available in this menu, then what you need to do is you need to go to that app. Okay, this is, I think, the solution that we created is this one, demo solution, and the app that is created is, let it load.
And one more thing, Praveen, what is the main difference between this form and quick create form? Do we
Same,
have
it is
any?
a different form type. Okay, so when I say main form, so this is the main form. Okay, quick create means
Yes.
when I click this plus button, then this appears, like this wizard appears. Okay, this is
Okay.
quick create.
But there is no difference.
The difference is when you go for quick create forms, when you want to create data in rapid fashion. Okay, you don't want to enter all the data,
Okay.
but you want to enter important details.
Only some
Okay,
important kind of data.
yeah.
Okay.
When you have certain transactional data which should not take time to create, then you go for quick create form. It is just a different layout. Okay, so that is the difference.
Okay. Otherwise,
So
find outing any different, we have to create any quick create. I was for find outing any new any account in that only.
uh-huh.
So we use it quick create. I am asking you.
Could you
No,
repeat
right?
your question? Could you repeat once your
For find
question?
outing any particular thing, we can find out easily in the quick create.
Okay, how do you identify whether it is a quick create or
Yeah.
something like that? That is what your question,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
all the forms under this option. Okay, when you want to create an account from the navigation from this list, when you click new, the form that is opened all are of main forms. Okay.
Okay.
And if you want to create quick create, then either you go from a lookup. Okay, suppose if I want to create a new account from here, the it depends on the form that opens. Okay, quick create form opens like a visual, okay, pop up, okay, just like this. But main form is this is a main form. This is a
Okay.
uh, I mean the desktop version. Okay, wide one. Okay,
Okay.
am I clear?
Yes.
Quick
Yes.
create, yeah, quick create is always like this. Okay,
Yeah.
it
Okay.
appears like this. Okay, so wherever
Yeah.
it is open, it will just open it like this. And
Yeah.
main form
In the
is this
list of
one.
the files, we will get everything, right? We create and same the normal one, normal form.
No, no,
We'll
no.
get
You
both
need to
in the
decide.
one.
No, no. The thing is, most of the times, client doesn't give whether it is a quick create form or main form. You need to decide what type of data they are entering and how it should open. I mean, some clients may specify it, but
Yeah.
you need to decide. Okay, but it is not
Just
too difficult to decide. Okay,
yeah. Just I have a
so
doubt. Like in particular list, we can
mhm.
get both data in the same list.
List means
I mean that like we are having different forms, okay? In one
uh,
kind of table or one kind of a file, we will get all these quick create and both normal forms the same page.
yeah, yeah, it will have the same data. Okay, whether it is a quick create form or main form, you are going to enter same table data. Okay,
Yeah,
it
that
is just like
only.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It is the same data. See, I am
Yeah.
suppose I am
Yes.
entering. Okay, I am just creating one account here. Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
I am creating one account. I have what I have to do. I have to enter all this data: fax, fax number, website. Okay, so ticker symbol, address. Okay, I have to enter all these details to create this account. Okay, I save it. Suppose say this form contains 100 fields. Okay, it takes around
Yeah.
5 minutes to enter all the data. Okay, in real time. Okay, just assume that. Now I have a scenario where a account needs to be created in 10 seconds. Okay, in
Okay.
that case what I need to do, I have to go here, click account, number, main phone number. I enter only three fields. Okay, that's what I do. Okay, rapid fashion. Okay,
Okay.
save and click,
Okay.
save and close, done. Account is created. So when account is
Yeah.
created, I created the account from quick create form and I am showing it in the main form.
Yeah.
You got it right.
Okay.
It
Okay.
is the
That.
same data,
Yes.
but
Yes.
how are you
Yeah. Yeah.
displaying the
That
data?
only.
Forms are about. Okay, I created it from quick
Okay.
create. I am displaying the data in a main form. Okay,
Okay.
I enter only these details,
Fine.
right? Okay, when I
Yes.
open it
Yes.
from the list, yeah. So
That's.
that's about it. Now I have to add it to the that uh, app, right? To enable that quick create.
Small question.
Add, yeah.
If the column it is business required in the quick create, if we don't choose the business required column, then it will not allow to save us, right?
If it is mandatory, then you won't be able to save it without entering the data.
Fine, fine.
If it
So
is
it is,
mandatory, you won't be able to
yeah.
save it without entering the data.
So whenever we are creating quick view, we need to add that column compulsory.
Not necessarily. So suppose um, here I'm creating account in from quick create form. Only account name is mandatory. All others are not mandatory, optional. So whatever is mandatory, you enter. Other fields, if you have the data, you enter. Otherwise, you will ignore it. It is just that quick create is used when you do not want users to enter all the data, or you want to create account within no time. Okay, within less time. Okay, whereas main form you have to enter, you have a big layout, you have all the fields, but it all depends on what kind of data that you are entering. Okay, suppose you are creating um, employee record, employee, how many fields you have? Only 4 5 fields. Then you can enable a quick create form. Suppose you are creating a customer record, customer data can have some 50 columns, right? So 50 in 50, you might have to show it at least 30 fields on the form. You cannot show all the 30 in quick create form. Okay, you cannot have more than 3 sections. Okay, there is a limitation. In quick create form you cannot add all types of controls. You only can have these columns. On main form you can add tables, grids, controls. You can add lot many controls, which is restricted on quick create form, because quick create form is used for rapidly creating records, right? You don't add all those controls. Okay, it is a lightweight form. Did I make sense?
Yeah, I got the answer that with the error. No issues.
Okay, thank you. Now let me just add doctor here. Data was stable, select data was stable, and look for doctor table that I created, show it in navigation. And if I select the forms, see what all forms are there. Okay, main form, quick view form, card forms are the ones that were created by the system. Quick create form is the one that I have added. Okay, so it is part of the page that I added. Okay, now save it and publish it. So what I was trying to say is, when you create a component and you want to see that component in your app, you just need to add that component to the app. Otherwise you won't see it in the app. Okay, because a component can be added to multiple apps. Okay, doctor's table can be part of multiple apps. Okay, so when you create a doctor form, whatever the app that you want to see that form on, you need to add that form to that specific app. Otherwise it won't be visible. So let me just play it. So now you see the doctor quick create form, right? Because I added it to the app. Okay, now I can create the doctor data from here. Okay. Now there is one more app, right? So this is sales trial app. Okay, this is also part of the same environment, same dataverse. But here, let me refresh it here. Here, if you click here, you don't see doctor. Okay, which you see in this app, because I have not added the doctor quick create form to this app. That's why it is not available. Okay, so clear, like when you create a component or a table, you need to add that to the app that you want to see it in. Otherwise it won't be accessible to that in that app is just it's just a container of all your components where you will be interacting with them. Okay, it is just a container. And let me go to this app. So here, the one that I refreshed, this one. Okay, this one, right? Okay, now you see quick create form. Suppose if you want to create a main form. Okay, now if you want to create a doctor, uh, here you will have only one form. Okay, one main form. That is why there is no selection here. In case of account, you have multiple main forms to select. Why? Because we have created those many forms. Okay, here for doctor we have only one main form. That is why it is defaulted. You don't have any option to choose. Suppose if I want to have one more form, okay, for a different set of user group, so what I need to do is I need to go to the solution, and then just a second, Okay, I need to go to the doctor table and go to the forms and open the main form. Open it. So how I can create a new form? I can clone the existing form and then create out of it. Okay, how do I clone it? Save a copy. So let me name it demo form so that we can easily identify it. Okay, so demo form, save it, and publish it. So next, what I need to do, if I want this form to be available here, I need to add this to accounts app, right? Because once it is created, I need to add it to the app, otherwise it won't be available. Now let me go here, go to the app, open the app, go to the doctor's form, and if you see here, the demo form is already available. Okay, in certain cases you don't see it. Okay, you need to add it manually. Okay, so since it is available, just let me just publish it.
If it's not available, then you'll click on plus new form.
Yeah, correct. uh, if, if you click on plus, that is you can also create a new form, okay, out of it.
Also,
But
we
this
can
is an
add an
interface
existing
with yeah. So since generally, I mean, in the old interface you can actually pick it. Okay, let me show you. So in the new interface, Microsoft is adding new features very frequently. So suppose account. Okay, so when I create a new form, sorry, doctors, right? Okay, if I select all, okay, suppose if I select all, okay, then what if I create a new form, then I do not need to add it. Did I make sense? If the all option is selected, if I create
Yeah,
a
yeah,
new form, all forms are available.
makes sense.
Suppose, yeah, if I want certain forms not accessible to these users, then I won't select all. Whatever the form that is that should be available, then I select it and then save it. Okay, now later if I create a new form and I want to add that form to this app, then it won't be available. I have to come here and then uh, add it, select it here and then save it. Okay, so that's the difference. But here, is there any option like all? I don't see it. Okay, but I don't know what Microsoft is going to do with this layout, but in the classic interface it is clear, like how do you select forms and all. But
So
Microsoft
now demo form is already added, right? That's what you're
it
saying.
is already added, okay,
Automatically, without our permission.
to the app. Okay, demo
Yeah.
form we created, okay, we created it, but it is added to the app.
So you didn't add it.
Because
Microsoft itself added it.
I'll show you the difference. Okay, now what I do is I'll show you what happens. Okay, so that you will understand it. So let me go to this one. Okay, switch to classic. Okay, now there is no option to select there, but in the old interface it is there. Now I don't select all. Okay, I only select these two. Okay, these two. Okay, let me just save this and then publish. Now I'll quickly explain you what happens. Sometimes you may have to refresh 2-3 times to reflect the changes. It take a bit.
We just saved it. Did we publish it, Praveen, or we don't need to publish it?
We need to publish. Now you see, okay, not in this app. Okay, I selected only main form. I mean, quick form is not selected here, right? So whatever the forms that are not part of the app is showing under not in this app. Okay. So now quick create form, ideally it should not be there here. Okay, let me just refresh this. So doctor, it looks like the changes are not reflected at. Let me just publish it. Any app related changes, it sometimes cache issues could affect, so it will take some time. Just take a minute. You should see a drop down here. Okay, let me just check the form settings. Just like we are seeing this account drop down, we should also see for doctor. So when we create a form, we also need to enable security roles. Okay, if there are no security roles enabled, then it won't be available. So we'll discuss about that part later, but let me just quickly check if security roles are enabled for this form. Form security roles. Okay, security roles I don't see all. Okay, let me just save and publish. So when you have some 10 forms, so how do you control what users should see what forms? How do you control it? Using security roles? Okay. So we'll discuss it later, but let me just see that now. This is clear. Yeah, add all these options and then publish it.
Maybe see, try the new look and load it again. I think maybe it might be a chance because before you use the try the new look one on the top.
Nothing to do with that, but let me check that too. But it is nothing to do with this one. It is just the app look and feel, but let me just publish the entity once, just to be sure. These changes, I mean, generally take time. Okay, so sometimes it happens real quick, but sometimes it take time. Okay, so it is taking time, but it should work. I mean, when you try it, it will definitely work. So suppose let me add it to the other app. Okay, so that this app could be having some cache issues. So just to show you, I will add to other app. Okay, so that it won't take time. So let me add other app. The app is sales trial, right? Sales trial. Okay, add. So let me create here. Let me add new page. The table is doctor, and let me see if all the forms are added. We have main form. Yeah, all the forms are added. Save it. Publish. This is the one that we added. Hmm, strange. Let me check if there is something that is causing issue to this form. So we have only two fields. Demo form. We are good on this part. Okay. Let me refresh one last time. Otherwise, we will just see why it is not popping up. But it should show up. Okay. Yeah, I will. I'll check this part later, and then I will show you what is the issue and all. But this is about the forms, and then tomorrow we will discuss about views and relationships. Okay. Any questions so far before we wind up the session?
No, Praveen. No, we don't have any questions. I don't have.
No, nothing from me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just I mean, just create a trial instance if you have not. Then just practice whatever we have discussed. Okay. And if you face any challenges, we can discuss in tomorrow's call. Okay. In the next call. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Thanks everyone for the time. Have a good day ahead. Good night.
Have a nice day.
Yes.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Praveen.